Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week, and it looks like I got 7 new comics this week. There's no 5th week skip week for indie collectors. Plenty of stuff out there today. One of them being The Death of Cerebus in Hell. Another of these Cerebus in Hell comic strip and other stories, but mostly bleeping reprints. Reprints from the web comic, so they're all new to me since I don't read the web comic. I have to say, these are well written. They actually remind me of my own webcomic because they're really all about the dialogue. They're really all about the conversation between Cerebus and these various figures in hell. And the art is all made from these old prints and Cerebus drawings that are cut and pasted. And there's a new... I wonder how long this is going to keep going. I think the reprints said they were from 2016, so I don't know if he's been keeping up with this. Yeah, I don't know when it's 2017. I guess I don't know how long he's going to keep coming out with new #1 issues. Next month, we guess get another one next month. Cerebus, the Vark Knight returns. So as long as he keeps putting out, I'll buy him because I enjoy him. Fun Cerebus stuff. It's a lot more fun than the ending of Cerebus, that's for sure. So give it a look if you want some conversational comedy. We're back with an issue of The Beauty, issue number 17. Haven't seen an issue of this in a little while. Last I knew, we were back with the cops in New York City, tracking down some crime stuff that had to do with the beauty. This venereal disease that makes you beautiful, and now they found out kills you some 5 years later. They didn't know that until. But this one really looks like a crime issue here. They've had various artists working on it from time to time. Who's this? Smith? Jeremy Juan and Jason A. Hurley. Story, Matthew Dow Smith art. Nayoung Kim colors, Thomas Maurer lettering, and Joe Enos editor. Little credits for you. I've enjoyed this series. It's been a variety of things. Lots of sort of stories about the world of this beauty where this disease takes place, and I'm looking forward to see what this issue brings us. And now we've got ourselves some Kaiju Max, Season 3, Issue 5 of 6 by Xander Cannon. This season takes place in the prison of these kaiju, giant monsters. We're getting a look at the various kaiju gangs and the prison going on shenanigans, and some of the human guards who are in giant robots who are, working with the prisoners to make a little extra money. Some of the prisoners who come and go and get punished and have one gang against the other. It's interesting stuff. I think I liked Season 2 better, but I like Season 3. Season 2 took place outside the prison with an ex-con, and Season 3 takes place inside the prison where everybody's a prisoner, and there's a little bit more meanness in this season because there's a lot of prisoners. But either way, it's a good series. Check yourself out, some Kaiju Max. And here we go with Spy Seal, the Court and Steel Phoenix, issue number 4. And I've been enjoying this series, but I was watching a Sleepy Reader video today, and he was complaining about the flimsiness of this package, which I got to agree with him with. I think it's a 20-page package altogether. 18 pages of story and not much extra or anything in there. Just an ad for the trade paperback, and if you want us single issue readers to buy single issues, you got to make the single issues better than that. I agree with the Sleepy Reader with that one. Make it more attractive. Make a more attractive package, and maybe more people will pick up the single issues. And now here we go with Killer Be Killed number 14. Now you see, this is a better single issue package because in the back we not only get our story. This is the what does that feel like? That feels like at least a 32, if not a 40-page. That must be a 40-page package. But at the end of our story, We get some letters page. We get some extra illustrations, and we get a nice essay on various old-time noir movies that influenced them. I really like these essays. I enjoy them. They make the comic fun for me. I've actually looked up and watched a couple of movies that they've talked about in the back of them. But Kill or Be Killed has been excellent. Oh, talk about something that can take you out of the story. When they get some last issue, this is how small of a thing it was, but it took me right out of the story. Last issue in Kill or Be Killed, the main character, his mother lives in Westchester, New York, and he lives in New York City. And they just had a caption as he was coming back to New York City that said he arrives at Penn Station, 34th Street. Now, for those of you who don't know, the trains from Westchester come into Grand Central Station. Except for maybe one Amtrak train, and what are the odds of him being on that? Because all the commuter trains that serve Westchester, New York, Metro North lines, they all come in through Grand Central. The Long Island Railroad and the Jersey Transit trains all come in through Penn Station. And also the interstate trains all come in through Penn Station. But if he was really coming from Westchester, where his mother was, the odds are 98% that he would be coming in through Grand Central Station. And then you draw Penn Station, but just that caption that said, they reached Penn Station. I was like, geez, that train doesn't go into Penn Station. And it took me right out of the story. It was so annoying, I got up and tweeted Sean Phillips, because Ed Brubaker isn't on Twitter, that the Westchester trains come in through Grand Central Station. It's just a caption, but Ted Brubaker to fix that for the trade. I don't know if anyone else caught that or tweeted anything about that, but it just drove me crazy to see an error like that. Unless he was on the one Amtrak train, which I don't know why he would be. He should have been coming into Grand Central Station. But anyway, Kill or Be Killed has been a great comic. That one little error, except for that one little error that took me right out of the story and drove me a little crazy. But give it a look. It's good stuff. And next comes Manifest Destiny, number 32. They've raised the price to $3. This used to be a $2.99 book, but I guess the Skybounds have gone up to $3.99 on some of them. I imagine they have to, being that they're not that big a seller. But our Lewis and Clark and Company are still wintering somewhere near the Missouri River. I forget where. But they just got over fighting some crazy mind monster stuff. And strange, evil stuff going on in the... there's an evil face. Going on the fort with one of the men who's, not too good. And they've been trying to survey this area they think the monsters are coming out of, and blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah. They're trying to survive the winter, and there are monsters in this world, so it's not easy to survive in the winter in Manifest Destiny land. But it's been a good series. I've enjoyed it, and check it out sometime. Our final issue of the week is Lazarus X plus 66, 5 of 6. Who's doing this one? Rucka, Troutman, Everly, Arcus, and Wynn. This has been a good series. Our fill-in for Lazarus, why it's on hiatus. We've gotten little glimpses of the Lazarus world. Last issue, we got to see 2 of the Lazari from different families working together on a mission. That was a pretty cool issue. Lots of action, lots of tension. I'm enjoying the art in this one. Don't know what this one's about. But, it's been solid stuff. I have to say it's been a good... I can't wait to get back to the regular series with Forever, but it's been a good substitution. Who does that look like? Damn, a rapper turned actor? God, I can't remember his name. But he looks like he was photo-referenced from... You guys know who it is. The guy who was he in Made? That movie with from years ago? It's been in tons of things. Like I said, I cannot remember who I think it is, but... He looks like a rapper / actor from somewhere in pop culture. Finally, we'll give you a little look at our background. I just finished inking this one. The inks are pretty simple on it. There's going to be a lot of color stuff in it. So you can see a lot of blank areas, kind of. But I'm going to fill that with color. Maybe do a little fine line inking over the color when I'm done. And this one also had a lot of color work in it as opposed to ink. The inks were pretty simple, but figuring out, those swirls of color and everything else was a little more work than happens sometimes in my drawing. Sometimes everything's figured out in the ink stage, and the colors just suggest themselves. And sometimes you gotta figure out all the colors because you didn't put a lot of there wasn't a lot of shape and pattern like there could be. So there's a finished colored one and an almost finished one. So you guys have a good week out there.